Welcome everyone to the Co-Creators Convergence Thursday night creator combos. I'm Noelle Marshall, and I'm here with my beloved Bob Warner. Although he just got off a ladder, so he doesn't look too good. He's going to stay off camera tonight, but he is here with us. So welcome. Rita has brought us another amazing guest, as she always does. Rita Marsh, Carbondale, Colorado, the Center for Human Flourishing. And she has brought us someone I know is very special. We had Cheryl Murphy with us during the World Unity Week. And her story about her family and the gifts that she brings is really quite amazing. So what I want to do, there's some new folks here. So I want to tell you a little bit about the Co-Creators Convergence. Then we're going to come back. I'll turn it over to Rita, and Cheryl will lead us into centering. Then it's off to the races for 90 minutes of really wonderful conversation. So hold on one moment, please. So welcome everyone to the co-creator combo. And we've been doing this every Thursday night for maybe 7 or 8 years. So you think I'd get it, the name right by now. And we do archive all of our calls. You can find everything on our website, co-creatorsconvergence.com. And you notice that last slide is telling you about the once a year we get together in person. And we are going to have a gathering at White Eagle Lodge in Montgomery, Texas, a very, very special place. Think of the Essene community that Jesus was a part of. That many. It's just that peaceful and that loving, sacred place. So we're returning there, and I need to fix that slide because it's October 14th through the 18th, not the 17th. And then we're offering one day afterwards, October 19th, if you want to do your own personal retreat day afterwards. So that's what's coming up. We have registration out. I hope you all join our Co-Creators Convergence website page. And I will put that also our Facebook page so you can get more information. So commercial concluded. Welcome, everyone. So happy that you're here. And I'm going to turn it over now to Rita Marsh, who has become a really great friend through Unity Earth. And we've done World Unity Week together. We've done the Up Convergence together. We've done Peace. We're coming up on Peace Week. I think it's September 17th through the 25th, I believe. Of course, the International Day of Peace is September 21st. So we have a lot to look forward to. So Rita, I want you to tell everyone about the Center for Human Flourishing, your organization, what you have coming up, and then introduce your guest, Cheryl Murphy, who is a medium. So I'm hoping she's going to do some readings tonight. So we'll just have to, but I have heard her talk before about authenticity being your superpower. And that's absolutely right on. So with that, I'm going to conclude my celebratory introduction here and turn it over to you. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Well, thanks so much again, Bob and Noelle, for this opportunity to bring folks that I've connected with over the years into the co-creative convergence. My name is Rita Marsh. I'm in Carbondale, Colorado, and I'm a co-founder of the Center for Human Flourishing. And we bring programs of integral health to folks in our valley, and also now through the technology of Zoom, we're reaching out across the globe to share folks, the people that we've met, and to begin to let people know about the model of integral health, which I believe is really foundational for us to move forward as humans on this planet. We need to take care of our health and in turn, take care of the health of the planet Earth. So I'm delighted to be here tonight with my friend and colleague, Cheryl Murphy. Cheryl used to live here in the Valley, and we reconnected last summer and said, well, maybe post-COVID, we could have you come to the Center for Human Flourishing and do some programs. And that's happening. And then connecting into the co-creators Convergence has been essential, because Cheryl is really one of the people that brings a unique gift to the shift in humanity, as Barbara Marx Hubbard has called for. Tonight, Cheryl is going to talk about being authentic as your superpower. And I'm going to let her explain some of her background, but I just let you know that she's an evidential medium and a psychic, and she studied metaphysics for over 20 years, including international studies in England at the Arthur Findlay College. She's oriented her practice as a spiritual medium toward channeling departed loved ones and helping people make life's most important decisions. She's clairvoyant, healer, an ordained minister, as well as a certified hypnotherapist and an intuitive health facilitator. Cheryl is a co-author of a beautiful book, The Last Breath, that she may talk about. This book is a compendium of stories from different mediums, and it's true stories of mediumship, the afterlife, and messages from heaven. So with that, Cheryl, I'd like you to take the stage and let people know more about who you are and what you do.
Thank you, Rita. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bob and Noelle. Thank you again, Rita. Thank you, everyone, for having me here this evening. I would like to begin, if you wouldn't mind, leading you all in a centering prayer, a centering meditation, if you would. So if you would, please go ahead and close your eyes and take a moment and just breathe in that love and gratitude in your heart. And on your next breath, if you would, breathe all the way down to the belly, breathing in all that oxygen into the body and relaxing. On the next breath in, breathing in love and gratitude into your heart and imagining, visualizing a beautiful green light over the heart chakra, a beautiful green healing light. And with each natural breath, breathing in your own rhythm, in your own time, let that green healing light go to any part of the body, any part that needs healing at this time. Knowing that that's the intention we set, asking that love, that divine frequency of love to come in and awaken, to open any part of our body. If we have tightness, or if you're having an ache, if you have anything you need healed, even a physical part, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, anything. If you're having problems in a situation, in a relationship, maybe you just need help letting go and releasing for this evening and opening yourself up to receiving what is meant to be received for you tonight. Taking that natural breath in, knowing that that green healing light will stay with you throughout this evening, through tomorrow and the next, if you so wish. Filling your body up from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Beautiful green light. That green light, once again, can represent inspiration. Perhaps you're looking for an idea. You're asking for help around a decision. Let that green light be that answer for you. Now let's breathe in love and gratitude once again in the heart space. Exhaling, and so it is. When you're ready, you may open your eyes. Thank you so much. And I do want to say again, thank you everyone, Noelle, Bob, Rita, thank you for having me. I would like to share with you that I am a spiritual medium and psychic. I am going to tell you a little bit about me growing up and my experiences. I will be doing some readings, so ask for your loved ones to step in. We'll be doing a little bit of a meditation before I begin the readings, but I would like to tell you about my work and about growing up psychic, and about stepping into my authenticity, but also sharing with you stories of people I've worked with and how they stepped into their authentic power. So I grew up psychic. My grandmother is very psychic. My great-great-grandmother is Cherokee Indian. So we have lots of Native American in our family. I want to tell you that my aunt, my great aunt, was hired by the government, the Air Force, to find a missing pilot and plane back in the day, which when we would never have heard about, right? Back in the day, no one was discussing, this was not mainstream to be talking about psychic or mediumship. But they could not find in the snowy mountains this aircraft or the pilot. So they asked my great aunt if she would use her ability as an intuitive, as a psychic, to help. And her reply was, yes, I'll help you, but he is already dead. The pilot is already dead. And, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. It's been this way for several days. Apparently it had been a while. They haven't been able to locate this pilot and aircraft. But they went ahead and they asked her for help. Of course, they said, we still need this. We need this information. We need to take care of this gentleman. And she was able to locate him. He was a few hundred yards aside from the aircraft. They were in the mountains. That technology back at that time just could not detect that. So we would never have heard about that, right? Nowadays, maybe we will hear a little bit more about that, using our intuitive abilities to help out with that. So growing up, I had books in my house around psychics, around Edgar Cayce, around learning to be psychic. Many of you have too, perhaps. But it was natural in our family to talk about this. It was fun. We considered it just part of our belief system, that we were intuitive, that we were psychic. And so my brother, closest in age to me, we would practice. We would take that candle, you know, at nighttime, or light the candle in the dark, turn the lights off, and we would make this play. We were kids. We would ask the spirit world to come in and blow the candle out, right? That's very fun. That's how it was perceived in our house. So I did see the spirit world for my first time. I was about 3 or 4 years old. I saw a beautiful glow in the room I was in, and this beautiful glow, a little bounced around. It could have been children in spirit, but I felt it to be a family coming to check on me, coming to let me know that I'm okay, and that they love me, and I'm good. And this beautiful glow of light came to me a few times in my childhood. And when they would visit me, it would wake me up in the middle of the night. But I wasn't afraid. It was fun. It was like a familiar energy. And they would play with me, meaning that they would move objects in my room. I could see a toy move across my room, or perhaps a picture sway on the wall. And that was just part of the fun, that they were with me only for those few moments. So I remember that very distinctly growing up as a very young child. And then when I became in my teenage years, of course, my brother, again, he and I would read books and share information and meditate together. And we had a few friends that were interested, but really not many people outside our home back then. And I'm from Houston. I grew up in Houston, and now I live in California. But growing up, it just really wasn't talked about in school or outside of our home, but that's okay. I mean, we had lots to do when we were all together with my brother and really just a couple of friends. We would practice, we would meditate. Of course, we practiced our psychic ability, and it was always considered fun and loving. It was never anything scary for us. We never really understood that, actually. So growing up and getting into college now, I'm wondering, where can I study this? Because even though it comes to me naturally and in our family, I do want to study this. I want to learn more about it. I want to answer those questions that we all have about who are we? What are we all about? What is intuitive ability? What can we do? So what is about metaphysics, parapsychology, and the paranormal? So I'm looking for those studies in colleges, and I'm just not finding it. I'm not finding transpersonal psychology or anything like that that is the field that I want to study. But I do find psychology, and that's where I do get my degree from. So I do have a degree in psychology, which I absolutely love. It does help me connect with people, and I do believe that really helped me connect also again with the spirit world, because I learned about people. I learned that having compassion and listening and trying to connect with people on one-on-one was the same as with the spirit world. So here I am, I'm in Houston, I'm getting ready to travel the world, and I feel the spirit world really pulling me to Colorado. So I do go to Colorado and I start studying a little bit of metaphysics there. I do get pulled to England and study at Arthur Findlay College, which for many of you, if you don't know Arthur Findlay College in England, it's like Hogwarts from Harry Potter. So it's a beautiful old building, hundreds of years old. It is specifically for mediumship and psychic and trance and healing modalities. It's a beautiful school with wonderful teachers and tutors from all over the world. If you're ever interested, if you're ever in Stansted, England, I invite you to give it a try. They have a few day classes or a week-long class, whatever you'd like. But it's really a fabulous place to feel that deja vu that you may have if you are feeling intuitive and psychic and mediumistic yourself. But they have wonderful tutors that will help you hone and open up your abilities, and even help you with trance or meditation, as I said. So there are, once again, many modalities, but there's always that common familiarity. There's that tribe feeling that you met many of these people before. That's what's so neat about Arthur Findlay. So as I'm opening up my abilities and I'm studying Arthur Findlay, I'm really not doing my mediumship work full time yet. I'm doing it part time. I'm doing it on the side because I have a traditional day job, so to speak. I've always used my day job to get me through my career path, but I've always wanted more to be the mediumship and psychic, because that was really, to me, the more interesting path. That was the more mystical one. That one had more questions that kept drawing me back and forth to it. So my family is very intuitive. I want to say my brother's very intuitive. My mother, my older brother and sister are, but they're not practicing it. But we know in our family that a lot of us, as maybe in your family, where you can think, you tune in, you can think along the same lines, or you have that, you can finish each other's sentences kind of thing. So that is also developing your intuition as well. So here I am, the angels come to me. I'm working in Colorado, my day job. The angels come to me, they pick me up by my shirt and they put me in a lifeboat. That's what they said. They go, we're going to put you in a lifeboat and we're going to help you create this to be your career. This is what we want you to do now. This is what we're asking you to do now, is to be that medium, be that psychic, because we really want to get that message out to others. Right. So they were asking me, and I was certainly a willing participant. I had no idea how it was going to work. But I said, absolutely, I hear you loud and clear. It came as a knowing, like that claircognizance, right? It came as a knowing that this is absolutely what I'm stepping into. So I wanted to put myself out into the world and started doing this professionally. I've been to school. I feel pretty equipped to step into it. Now I want to get my business started and let people know that I'm here. I'm here. And so I needed to create a marketing angel. I needed an angel who could help me market and start a website and help me, help people find me. So I did. Within 3 days, because this is a spirit world, within 3 days, I had a beautiful angel marketer named Liz helping me create my website. And that was really my second website, but my first one that really was polished and worked very well and was able to reach the wide audience that I had asked for. So at the end of the Mayan calendar, which was, I believe, December 21st, 2012, right around there, that's when I launched my website. And it was amazing that as soon as we launched it, I think we turned it on at, Liz asked me, what time do you want to launch it? It was at 3:33 in the afternoon, right? And many people started calling, but it really wasn't until the next month that I really had a beautiful experience with the spirit world where my phone was just ringing off the wall, so to speak, because the spirit world was as if the energy in my home that I was working in now was so palpable that it was in January now, right? So it's very cold. I was in Colorado, it's snowing, and one of the water pipes burst, which is an emergency, right? So I'm taking care of that with the plumber and all of that. So after that gets taken care of, at the same time, my other phone, my cell phone, is going off the wall. It's going off the charts. It's ringing. My answering machine is going off on my cell phone with people asking for readings. So, I mean, it was one situation happening in this reality, and then it was the spirit world giving me all this abundance happening on my phone. So it's as if, and water is emotion, by the way, water is symbolism for emotion. So here comes this floodgate of water coming out a busted pipe. And then there's my phone just bouncing, taking off. So it was very synchronistic in some way, because ever since then, it's been a joy. It has been a pure joy to do the work that I do. It has been wonderful about me. I ended up moving away a few years later. I moved from Colorado eventually to California, met a beautiful mediumship community in California, in Southern Cal. If you're ever out there or want to meet some other wonderful mediums and psychics, it's a wonderful place to be. It's really a beautiful community, meeting people of like minds. So for you, all of you that are here together, that are together tonight, you too have this tribe. You too are building that community of light workers, as you know, and that's what it is. It's about finding where we belong, getting those questions answered. And I do want to mention, when we come together in discussions like this, in prayers like tonight, and learning how to manifest our dreams and desires, when we are together in groups, it is exponentially more powerful. When two are gathered in his name, right? When two or more are gathered, the energy is exponentially. So if you can imagine that. So that's why it's so important that light workers and healers and mediums and psychics and whatever modality you're in, nursing, any spiritual way you can help. We are being asked to do that. So if you feel called or drawn to step into, more of being a light worker, please do so. Please learn about it. I encourage you. So once again, I'm in California, and I'm doing now private readings by phone and by Zoom. I do group readings. I'm just now visiting tonight in Colorado, where Rita Marsh is. I am here for a couple of weeks with her this evening, where I used to live in this area. And we're doing in-person events. So it's really exciting to have in-person events again. I can't tell you how wonderful it is. And so I just wanted to share with you my talk for this evening. It is about how to step into your authentic power. And what I mean by that is stepping into who you truly are as a spiritual being, having a human experience, right? You're a co-creator of the universe. And the more you can acknowledge it and own it and believe it, or at least be open to it, the more you will be stepping into your authentic power. So many of you, I'm sure, are empaths that are here tonight, meaning you are highly sensitive. And that is what has been happening these last few years, is we are all having these spiritual awakenings, right? We're meeting people that are also having these intuitive hits or these intuitive feelings or gut feelings. Or, for example, does the phone ring and, for example, who's on the other end? Does that ever happen to you? Or you may hear your name being called, right, from far away, and you turn around and there's no one there. This is the spirit world. And this is the spirit world talking to you clairaudiently, right? So this is clairaudience, our inner hearing. They're also talking to you clairsentiently, where you're feeling, you're sensing in your heart, you're having that gut feeling. So they're speaking to you. Maybe you feel that tap on the shoulder. Maybe you feel their presence nearby, right? So know that that's clairsentience when we sense the spirit world. So stepping into your power is acknowledging that you are a spiritual being having this amazing, challenging at times human experience. But your goal in life is to really open yourself up to the light of who you are and to open up to your authentic power. And really, it's not so much about doing something as it is about being, right? You're a human being. It's about being who you are. And if you can be who you are, that alone is an amazing miracle. And we can't say it's about loving yourself or loving who you truly are, no matter who's watching or no matter what other people say, because this modality or being a light worker, right, it hasn't always been accepted. It's still maybe getting its way out into the mainstream. But learning that you're a co-creator of the universe, I mean, how powerful is that, to know that you can participate in your own manifesting of your dreams and desires? And people will ask me, Cheryl, why do I have these dreams and desires? I mean, I can't manifest my dreams and desires. I don't even think they're real. And I would say, oh, my Lord, your dreams and desires are yours and yours alone. And your dreams and desires have been given to you to manifest in this life. That curiosity that you have, following your goals, as Joseph Campbell would say, follow your bliss, right? That is your gift to yourself, to your humanity, and to others. And it is the most noble energy of higher form, is to be of service to others, right? Because that's what we want to do. When we're in our joy, when we're in our light, when we are in our power, we are confident of who we are. And even if we're not, at least we are getting there. How's that? We are working our way to that. But there are ways to step into your authentic power. There are many ways. I have a few to share with you this evening. But I want to tell you that if you're being called to be a light worker, to take a Reiki healing energy class, to learn Tai Chi, or if you're being called to volunteer to help an organization, please do so. Please follow that curiosity. There's a reason why you're being called to do this work. So one of the ways to step into your power, and when I mean power, I don't mean control. I don't mean physical strength. I really don't mean anything around the ego. We can always replace the word power with love, right? So we call it stepping into your authentic power, but perhaps it's about stepping into the love that you truly are and becoming more of you. And if you're ready for a change, or if you're in the middle of transformation, as many of us are, and many of us have been, know that we're all in this together and we fully support you. And with this full moon we had last night, and we were still feeling it tonight and today, know that that really does heighten people's sensitivity. So know that, be aware that we really are connected, right? We are all connected. And if we can connect through those divine frequencies of love, of gratitude, of compassion, we can really manifest our dreams and desires for the highest good for ourselves and then for others, right? So one of my techniques, I don't know how many of you meditate. So just to ask that question, if many of you don't meditate, I would say revisit it and see if it doesn't work for you, give it another try. There are many ways to meditate. There is walking meditation, gardening. If you're cooking a favorite dish that you love, maybe just the joy of cooking can be stepping into a meditation. They say that just taking one breath in and out can be a full meditation, right? Just as the words thank you could be a complete prayer. So think about meditating. And the reason why is because our thoughts, we have many thoughts, and they're all here to serve us. And sometimes in between the thoughts, we can gain insight and we can gain intuition if we can relax the mind just a little bit, right? So if you would please just take a breath with me, and we want to take just one kind of slow breath in on the count of 4, and then we're going to hold it, and I'll take you through this, all right? So this is just about relaxing the mind just for a moment. So on the count of 4, let's inhale, breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold for 1, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let go. And just creating that space for yourself in between the thoughts will really bring more insight into your life. And I do believe it will bring you in touch with your own intuition, with your own higher guidance system. All right. If you do enjoy a guided meditation, please try that too. Meditation can be 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long. It's whatever works for you. And please, if you don't meditate and it doesn't work for you, just know that there are other ways to do what I'm asking, to do to create that higher intuition. It's not about being hard on yourself. The spirit world does not want us to be hard on ourselves. Stepping into the 5th dimensional reality is not about being hard on ourselves. It's about exploring who we are and what does work for us. Singing could be your meditation, right? Singing, dancing, that could be a meditation. Amazing, right? Many other ways to open up our field of creativity. So it's through imagination that we do connect with the spirit world. So just know that, stay creative, whatever you do. If you can stay creative, you will keep an open mind, an open heart. You'll be curious and imaginative, and that opens the doorway for spirit to connect with you. All right. So one of my other ways to open up to your authentic power is also through journaling. And if you can keep a spiritual journal with you at all times or by your bedside, so when you wake up, you can begin with a prayer or a word or phrase of gratitude. And then before you go to bed at night, maybe with another prayer, a praise of gratitude and affirmation at night. But spiritual journey will bring, it's almost like bringing your power through you. You're practicing bringing power through you, through your ideas and thoughts into physical form on paper. So keeping a spiritual journal with you, or keeping one in your car, just having a pad around even to write one word. So if I were to ask you one word right now that gives you, that you think about, that you want to manifest in your life, how's that? What's one thing that you'd like to manifest in your life? Maybe is it more love, more compassion? Maybe you want to manifest more peace, more joy. And you can just write down that one word right now and let that be the start of saying, yes, I'm ready. I am joy. I am bringing in more joy. I am inviting it to come in, because that's what's happening, is energies following that thought, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. Have you heard that? Where attention goes, energy flows. So if your thoughts are on joy, for example, you will invite joy in your life. that will be in your radar, in your spectrum, so to speak. It will be in your awareness. And that way, when it's there, maybe you'll resonate with it easier, right? So please keep a spiritual journal. It's very, very helpful and very powerful. Another technique, I have just a couple of more to share with you. And there are many ways, once again, to step into your authentic power. Another way to do this is to have gratitude. As we know, having gratitude and compassion and appreciation, these are very high vibrational words. Please know that it is through words that we carry that vibration, right? When we're saying a prayer, when we're talking about God, or when we're talking about love, we just talk about love, it does carry a very high vibration. And so if we use words like compassion, love, joy, abundance, infinite, luminosity, light, if we can use these high vibrational words, we call that in, we invite that into our life, into our being, into our health, right? So having gratitude each and every day, and it really, anytime you find yourself not having gratitude or feeling frustrated, the key is to maybe take a moment, take a pause, take a breath, find something, if you can, to be grateful for. Maybe it's grateful that you're with me here this evening, that you have the opportunity to be here, to open your hearts, that you have the time to explore about how you can give to others, about how you can give to yourself, to be there for other people. Maybe you're grateful for the water that you drink every day, right? The meals. I mean, we can really be grateful for, abundance of things. But gratitude, I always say, turns the wheels of favor in your direction, right? So anytime you're not having a great day, anytime you need a little bit of help from spirit, anytime you could use a pat on the back or a little bit of insight, a little message that says you're okay, you're going to get through this. Have gratitude about the breath. Have gratitude that you're in prayer for that moment. Have gratitude that you are trying something in your life, that you are going for it, and have gratitude for how far you've come. Many times, just step for a moment, pause, take that pause and realize how far you've come and where you are in this very moment. Having gratitude also includes affirmations. That I am affirmation. I am joy. I am joyous. Each and every day, in every way, I find joy. And it comes to me in surprising and expecting ways. So we can use affirmation, tell a story with it. Once again, even more powerful, take it up a notch. Write it down, I am joy, or even write the word and look at it every day. Post it where you're going to see it, on the bathroom mirror, on your desk, in your wallet, and see if you don't feel the vibration of that word, of those high vibrational words. It's as if affirmations open up a window to your soul. They open up a window to invite in a higher energy. It's like you're getting help from the spirit world. Because if you keep reading affirmations every day, or whenever you can, whenever you think about them, you will begin to automatically step into gratitude. So I hope this helps, that you are automatically in the gratitude of the moment. All right. Very good. Take a breath, breathe in. I want to tell you my last tip right now about stepping into your authentic power. And that is through the sound of laughter. That is about the lightness of heart. And that is about humor and the spirit world, and knowing that this too shall pass. If you're ever having a horrible, terrific, transformative, frustrating moment that you don't understand, and we are all having those at times, but we get through them. We get through them, and we encourage other people to do so, and we do it through connection. And your connection to your joy, to your laughter, will really just put you eons ahead of connecting to the spirit world. And if you can sincerely know that it does help people, I really do think it's a very high honor or high privilege when you can make someone smile, when you can make someone giggle or laugh, or just take those worries worries away just for a little while. It really does open doors to, dimensions beyond our own. So think about that. Think about something, even if you're feeling awful, you could even think about a friend that made you laugh and try to maybe recreate that. But the joy of laughter, it's once again, it's a very high vibrational tool to use, because we need that vibration. We need that ability to transform, right? This is a transformational place about stepping into your power. And we need to relax about all of it. We need to be at ease about all of it. We need to know that we are in this awakening process as we speak, and that light and love are around us always, and that we are only becoming more and more aware of ourselves, our greater selves, of the greater world around us, and of our greater life ahead of us, and of our greater power and insight that we are still growing from. So we are very much learning from each other, and we are very much stepping into a higher platform or a higher way of love, a higher way of loving each other. So I hope this was helpful for you, stepping into your authentic power. I just want to say that we are all in this. We are all opening up and awakening, and we're all here to help each other. So if you have any questions at this time, or before I begin readings, but I would like to, in a moment, ask Rita. Rita, if you have a question for me at this time, or I would love that.
Couple of questions in the chat, Cheryl. One is from Noelle. When you do readings, do some spirits insist on being communicated with, even though the person you're doing the reading for wants to hear from someone else?
It's very funny. It's a great question. And it's funny because it happens. People will say, hey, Cheryl, thanks for, bringing, this person through, but I really wanted to hear from this other person. So it does happen. And what I always want to say to people, because really, if you are a medium or a psychic, or if you are a messenger of light, right? Because you could be coming for a reading and you could be a messenger. Maybe the loved one, the person coming through is your next door neighbor's loved one. And because you're the one receiving the reading tonight, they're asking you to help to give this message of love and hope. So always know, if you're getting messages with someone, you could be delivering that message. But also, I just want to say, usually what I always suggest is there's a message for everyone. So go ahead and take the message from this loved one that came through. They too will step aside and let the one that you want to hear from, because that could be that they're opening the door for that loved one to enter. So I would just say, be open to that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Question has come through from Gail, who's watching on Facebook. Do you ever get a request you can't answer? Like you just don't have a knowing at the time?
A great question. Thank you for asking that, Gail. And what I always tell people is, I'm a medium, I'm an intuitive, I'm a psychic, I'm an animal communicator, an intuitive health and wellness facilitator. But there is a medium for everyone out there. And maybe I am not the medium for everyone, but everyone has a medium, if that makes sense. So it is about the spirit world resonating with the person, with the medium. For example, with me, the spirit world will resonate with me. Maybe they have similarities than I do. Maybe they will use my reference library. For example, if I play the piano in my lifetime, right? Maybe I will connect with a spirit person that used to play the piano, right? So they would want me to be your medium, because I will bring through that information of music and something maybe specific, of course, that you can understand. So the spirit world, they will use my life experiences and they will use my library, so to speak, of my references, my experience in life, my travels, my education, my language, where I grew up, all of that to use to get across to the sitter. And that's really how it works. Yeah.
Wonderful. I did share in the chat that calling in your animals who have passed is very appropriate because you are an animal communicator.
Yeah.
And Noelle has mentioned her dog Boomer.
Oh, hi. Okay. Oh, I love that. Well, we will ask Boomer to be here. I know you already have, so we will ask Boomer to be here. It brings me up with a good question, Rita, is that some people will ask me, how soon should they be connecting with their loved ones in a reading? Like, do they have to wait 6 months before they actually go get a reading? Is their loved one busy? Do they need to give it time? And when I always say is, your loved ones are in the spirit world and they are ready to go right from the beginning. They are already connecting to you. It is really the spirit world allowing you to go through whatever process you need, whether it's grief, transformation, maybe you need time, but they will do their best to get through. And that's really what I want to say is the spirit world honors us. They know if it's just too hard for us to make that contact right now, if it's too emotional, for example, if it's too soon, like they know they are looking out for us still. So, but it is amazing how much they will take care of you.
Thank you. And another person, let's see, April has called in her cat Coco. So Coco is present with us, and
Okay.
Coco helped her through the darkest time.
Okay, so we have Coco and Boomer. So I'm going to put those two and I will connect with those. And so I would like just to tell everyone, if I could, another common question I get asked is, what is the difference between a medium and a psychic?
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you, Rita. I'll just take a moment and then I'll take everyone to do a meditation. And then if it's okay with you, Rita, and everyone will do some readings. Does that sound okay? So really the difference between a medium and a psychic is that a medium is connecting with the spirit world, the afterlife, so to speak. We are connecting with guides and angels and departed loved ones. So we raise our vibration very, very high, and the spirit world perhaps will lower theirs in order for us to blend. So it's a blending that happens, okay? So about being a psychic is more about what is happening with you and your life concerns around questions around love, relationships, health, career, finance, family. Are you moving? I have someone that consults me about financial investing, for example. That would be a psychic reading that I'm giving them. For me personally, I do combination readings for people. I do mediumship, and I also do psychic readings, because usually people will want to hear from their loved ones, and then they may have a question or two about their own life or their own life situations. There are many, many good psychics out there. I just want to say, there's a saying out there that every medium is a psychic, but every psychic is not a medium. So there are many good psychics out there, and there are many good mediums out there that are also psychics, or maybe they just choose also only mediumship. But it's really your modality where you're working, whether you want to work with being a psychic and working with tarot cards. I mean, that's fine. Whether you want to use the pendulum and do that psychic work, I mean, that's fine. Or maybe reading tea leaves is a beautiful tradition. So there are many modalities. Some mediumships, some mediums are spirit artists. If you've ever seen a medium draw a picture of a departed loved one on the other side, it's incredible. So there are spirit artists out there as well. It's just really incredible. And so it's really wherever you're being being drawn, that once again, even medical mediumship, maybe many people have heard of medical intuition, medical mediumship, and that is also, it's just a field, it's wherever that medium is being drawn to, that modality, right? So, and that can change over time. Okay.
Thank you, Cheryl. I have a question here from Olivia Cheever, who is part of the co-creative group. She says, my cousin Francis Sargent Cheever passed recently on July 23rd after suffering a stroke. I did not have a chance to say goodbye to him. I would love to know if he is okay. It happened quite suddenly. His nickname was Sarge.
Aw, I am so sorry. And to let you know, so I will ask to connect with your loved one also. I just want to say no one in this world will die alone. All right. And no one dies alone. I wrote in the book that Rita mentioned earlier, The Last Breath. I am a contributing author, excuse me, in that book. I'm in chapter 6, The Spirit Party. And just to let you know, no one dies alone. And I experienced that because with my father in transition, because I saw the spirit world, I saw them building that welcoming party before he transitioned into spirit. I was with my father for a couple of years, and then the last couple of months were very, very intense and emotional. But I do want to say, one night when I came home just to take a minute break from the hospital, right? I was coming home to I was hoping to come home to a quiet house, right? Just for a few moments before I go back to the hospital to help care for my father and be there for him. I walk into the house hoping to just kind of, relax for a few moments. And there were spirits everywhere. There were loved ones. They were busy running to the right and running across the kitchen floor, arranging a beautiful welcoming party for my father. They were putting up a banner, right, of a happy birthday welcoming. They were excited. So it's very important for you to know that the spirit world is always with us wherever we are, even in our passing. So your loved ones, even though maybe if you weren't there or no one was there, the spirit world was. And then when I did get back to the hospital room, I did see the angels with my father. I did see, him transitioning, and I felt our loved ones very close by. So I really do feel honored to have had that experience. And I wanted to share that with you also. All right. So these are lovely questions. Thank you so much. And I think we'll just step into readings. Rita, would that be all right?
That sounds good, like a good idea. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you. So everyone, if you wouldn't mind, just for me, and then we'll go back to Boomer and start from there. If you would please just close your eyes, and we want to go back to that beautiful green light in our hearts. And we want to invite the spirit world in. We want to invite your loved ones in. You maybe already have been doing that, but let's just take a moment and open that door. And we also want to send out gratitude to the spirit world because, they're here for you, right? They're coming through for you this evening. And we want to have gratitude and support for whoever gets the reading tonight, that maybe there'll be parts of the reading that we can take for ourselves. Right? So please know that that is very possible because the spirit world is very, very intelligent. So with love and gratitude, just send that out into the room that you're in, to your loved ones in spirit, and then go ahead and open your eyes. And it's as if you just let it go now. Just be open to it. We don't want to hold on to it. We want to almost give it freedom. But knowing that we're here for each other and we support whoever's getting the reading. And that once again, if you can take a little bit or most of the reading, even for yourself, because you'll see there might be some similarities, as Rita and I saw last night, it was amazing. If you can take the similarities, please know that that is meant for you as well. All right. That is the sharing and caring of the spirit world. Okay, terrific. All right. So may I work with Boomer? I did see Boomer, and may I work with Noelle? And Noelle, I can just give you a message, or if you want to come off of audio, I'm happy to work with you. Hi, Noelle. And is your father in spirit, please, also, Noelle?
Yes, he is.
I feel your father has your dog, like that makes sense.
Yes, he is the dog man.
The dog man. We love your dad. Someone needs a haircut. I don't know. I'm hearing someone needs a haircut. So
Both
do you
of them.
understand? Both of them. They both do.
Pop and Boomer.
Yeah, you too, Bob. Yeah, that is so funny. Yes, Pop was, he had a sign at the house that said, dogs welcome, children on a leash.
Oh, that's really authentic over there. I don't know. That's pretty authentic. I don't know. That's amazing. That's really funny. I don't know why we haven't heard that before. It's funny. Let's feel like your dad is that kind of guy, like he's laughing and laughing, and he's very easygoing, your dad. And mom's over there too, please.
Okay, yes, she is. Yes, she
And
is.
she would be by his side, right?
Very much so. Mhm.
And Boomer, I feel like Boomer, would you have had to put Boomer down, please? Do you understand that?
Yes,
And
yes.
and I got to tell you, I feel you had the nicest veterinarians or the nicest people that helped you. Do you understand that? Like there was so much it's almost like they allowed you to have a ceremony, or they allowed you that time and that freedom.
Well, they did once we left the vet. Where we took him was actually to White Eagle Lodge, where we're going to have a retreat, and he has his own meditation park there now.
He has his own meditation
Yes,
park.
with a peace pole and a pond, and yeah, he's got quite a installation there.
He's kind of the mascot, right? He's the mascot for you.
Yes, yes.
So Boomer is in between the two of you. So it feels like very much both of your animals. Is that right? Like both between you and Bob. And he feels like he got his way around the house, I just want to say. And I know that Boomer's with you. And I don't know why I'm getting the number 7 or 77, but it feels like a lucky number for you, or that's significant. So do you understand that?
Yeah, number 7. Yes, that's my number, and I'm the 7th child born in 7 years.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, 7 is definitely my number. So
That's cool. So I just want to bring your family through, because they all are together. And that's another question, just to let everyone know, Noel, is that our animals are in heaven too, so to speak. Our animals are with us. Our animals are with us here, right? Our animals are with us. So just to let us know that it's very much that I feel your animals, actually, I just want to say, Boomer seems to be always sleeping around you, if that makes sense. I just want to hang out with you guys all day, and wherever you go, I go, is what I'm hearing, right?
that's for sure. He went to all 48 states with us.
Oh my God. Well, he's got some miles under his belt there. So I'm just going to bring you through. I bring him through for you and just tell you what you did was at the right time, So I know you probably know that, but he is saying what you did for me, it was the right call, because we do have those questions of, should we wait? Should we not wait? But I do feel you heard him say it's time. So very telepathically connected with you and your furry family member here,
Thank
also,
you so much.
welcome, Noel. All right. I'll leave you now, but thank you so much. And thank you, Boomer.
Thanks, Boomer. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you to Dad and to Mom, because they are very much with you.
Love you, Mom and Pop.
And then we had another animal, if I may, Rita, which animal was that? Was it?
That was with April.
April, I'm sorry. April. Hi, April. I'm not sure what your dog's name is, because that was the Coco, was it? Or Cat.
And let me see, I'm going to make sure.
Yeah, was her cat Coco. Yeah.
Thank you, Cat. Hi, April. Oh, April. Hi, April. How are you?
Hello. Oh, hold on.
Hi, April. I feel Cat. I feel Coco, and Coco was elderly when Cat Coco passed. Please. Oh, are you there?
Yeah. Yes.
I feel, I want to say love of my life. Like,
Oh,
I mean, God, what a handsome animal, you know, this type of
Oh,
feeling,
he
right?
was a big black cat with a big face. He was so smart, and he was just the way that he would come cuddle with me, and he was just my rock, and he held me up for so long. I loved him so much.
He feels more human, I have to say.
He
I
was
feel
so
like
smart.
he's smarter than me, you know, like, I mean, he's smarter than all of us, right?
Mhm.
And
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I really get a sense of you knew it too, like he had attitude, I do want to say. I
Well,
feel
when people would come over, he would act like a lion, and he would sit at the edge of the bed, and people would always be in amazement of him, and because he would look at you like, "Don't you touch my mom." He was very smart. He really was. The
very
way that he, yeah.
very smart, very attitude, and very strut. He would strut his stuff, he said. And he never liked you being out late at night, he said.
Yeah, well, really, I was never a late nighter. It was more work, trying to enslave myself by making money. But, I have narcolepsy and I had diseases, and it all caught up with me, so trying to get me to relax, a lot of times he would come over and just plant himself like right in front of me so that I would trip over him,
I also
yeah.
feel he was a very big cat. Did we just say that?
Oh,
Like, I feel
he
large,
was
like
he
he's
was
heavy when I
he
have to
was like
carry him.
very, very long. I mean, he was huge.
And
Absolutely.
am I right? Does he have long hair? Because I feel hair everywhere.
A
Like,
bit long black hair. I mean, a big, big face. I mean, he was intimidating to people. He had to have weighed at least, I'd say, well, I'm not sure how much, but I mean, to hold him in my arms, he was, when he stretched out, was at least 4 feet long. I
wow.
know it. Yeah.
It's really that's really amazing. I mean, that's unusual for a cat, but you held him. He says you held him and you took care of him. And I know you had to take him to the vet many times, and it felt like there were, I mean, this was on one occasion, it felt like there were many problems with his throat, because he goes, "I got my teeth fixed, and I got to tell you, he was not patient at the veterinarians." That's what he's saying. I did
Well,
not.
he would swallow a lot of hairballs, so and trying to throw those up, it was really difficult. So I would try to take him to go get shaved, because he wouldn't let me brush him, and he had a beautiful black coat, but his bum would get matted, so and that would cause problems with his bum and getting gnats, and so he wouldn't let me groom. So I would take him to the groomer, and he would get so mad at me. He was,
Would not
because I
forgive
was
you.
giving a lion's cut.
So when I feel him, I feel that he passed from an illness. Is that right?
I think he had a seizure, because he did die right in front of me, and I think it was from a seizure, because the way that he passed, it was,
It
I don't
felt
know.
like he was telling me, like, I had headaches, right? And I'm feeling headaches. Like, I've never heard that from a cat before, that I have headaches. But that makes sense that he passed, if you say he passed from a stroke, that I was getting the head. But look, I want to tell you, it happened suddenly. Is that right? And this is your cat, is like, it's now or never. Like, this cat, he's very much, everything is now or never. Like, everything is instant, everything happens with your cat. He's very much in the now. He's very much in the present moment, please. Do you know that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I feel him with me. He was the best animal ever. I thank God every day because of the fact that he was so smart, and he really was my source of comfort. And when I lost him, I knew that I was going to be okay to be on my own, even though it was really difficult, because he was 16 years old and he lived a long time. He had a brother, actually. When we first got the cats, I was working with this girl at Trick Pizza. Her cat died at 7. He
Wow.
was the brother of mine, and my cat lived to be 16.
Oh, well, you're very lucky and blessed. And I do want to tell you that he's around you, and he says you still have his collar, or I don't know if you have a marking or a tattoo, please. Is that right? Do you have anything that you wear that is from your, like a necklace or a bracelet with a, I don't know, there's something about he's around you, and I feel like you have his things, like his
Oh,
collar.
I have his pictures. Like I have a whole, I have basically his whole album that I have
Yeah.
on the computer, you
photo
know,
album.
because I have videos and stuff, and I used it as a collage, you know, so to keep him close with me, because I do have video that I play every so often.
I just want to tell you that I just feel such like a soulmate connection with the two of you, because he's protected you like in other lifetimes, is what I'm hearing, you know, is that we've been friends for a long time, you and I, you know, and I got to tell you that it's like he knows that you're going to be okay. That's just what I'm hearing. Like, you're going to be okay. Somehow he gave you that strength. He equipped you, you know, he gave you that strength because you lived with him. You worked with him in some way. He's a very much of a healing animal for you, is what I felt, right?
Oh yeah, he was
So
definitely a healing. Oh, absolutely.
it's as if the healing is still happening because he's still supporting you, but that, you know, it was over for the physical side, but he's still very much in your corner. We'll just call that.
Oh, I think that he was a spiritual being for sure that was sent to me, because yeah, I've lived a lot. Most of my life has been spent suffering, and so I truly believe that what was given to me was meant to help me through the worst time of my life, and it did.
You know, I just want to, my heart goes out to you, meaning that, you know, I feel that all that unconditional love just coming over you, and you do very well with animals. Like, I really get a sense of,
I do.
there is some, you know, there is some connection about you caring for them and letting them serve the world, because there's a lot of work that animals, I believe, want to do on this planet too.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
And I always seem to have a way with animals that just seem to come right up to me, even with wild animals.
That is even amazing. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for keeping that open heart, and, you know, namaste, many blessings. And
thank you
for your lovely Coco.
The hardest part is that I became allergic to my own cat. So I actually can't have a pet right now because I'm allergic to cats and dogs. So it's been really hard because I did want to get another cat, but right now I can't. But I'm doing okay. I know that God made me a warrior, so I endure.
Definitely.
My will is strong.
Definitely. Well, many blessings to you. Okay.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Many blessings to you too.
A joy to be with you tonight. Thank you, April.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you. And I believe we were going to work with someone, a person now. If you can help me.
I believe it was Olivia.
Thank you. Hi, Olivia. I'm going to work with you. And here, who is?
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi.
Her loved one that passed, his name was Sarge.
Hi, Sarge.
Yeah. Thank you, Rita.
So I'm here, I'm reading this. It's your cousin, Francis Sergeant Shaver, I believe, passed recently on July 23rd. I got it. Didn't have a chance to say goodbye. Yeah. Okay. It happened. Okay. So hi, may I talk to Olivia? Hi, Olivia.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Oh, it's very nice to see you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
My blessings to you, because you have lots of people around you. I'm like, you have lots of people. They're all over. I see them over your left shoulder. But let me just, so this is a cousin of yours as I tune in.
Yeah.
And his name is Sarge.
Yes.
And he passed away suddenly.
Yeah.
And there's something about, you just spoke to him, or you lived close by also. There's something about you being very close with him.
I was at a certain point, particularly when he was married to a French wife, and I spoke French fluently, and that was part of what brought us together. And then we kind of fell out of touch. Okay. He did live nearby, but we were going to get together, and he called me. He wanted a referral, which I gave him to a colleague. Yeah. And then I don't know if he ever followed up. And then the next thing I knew, he had a stroke. So he didn't recover from.
This just happened too, right? Just last,
not
even a month ago.
Right.
I do want to tell you that you're asking me, is he okay? And he's telling me he is on the other side. I do feel a man of faith. Would you understand that, please? That he would have a belief system, or he would be spiritual in some way? Because I do feel that he's saying, I made it. And that did come through
Good.
very loud and strong. And is there Catholic, please, in this family or with him, please?
No, he would be more Unitarian or Episcopal.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that his sense of humor, he feels to be a very funny man, and he still seems to feel very lighthearted. It feels to me
Good.
that this, like, it never happened before. I almost feel like there were no signs. Is that right? Like
Right.
no
Right.
one, I mean, there was no inclination, I guess, that this would ever be in some way, you know, this is what I'm feeling.
It was quite sudden.
And that he passed alone. Would that make sense? He was by
He
himself.
had his daughter with him.
Mhm.
She held his hand when he
Oh.
took his last breath, and he
Alright.
passed peacefully, from what she told us. So I was very glad about that, because
very
he
glad.
never recovered from this stroke, which happened, within a week. So, and we were all rallying around. Some of my cousins and his siblings could see him, but there also happened to be a wedding of his niece at the
Okay.
same weekend, so some
Incredible.
people couldn't come.
They were there. I got you. And when I feel Sarge, I feel once again that man of a belief system, that I'm there, I'm all right. I got to tell you, your parents are passed away, because I feel like
Yeah.
parents, grandparents with you. It's like, I mean, the cousins and that is fine, and I feel Sarge, but I wanted, your parents are like the parent and the grandparents especially. I want to say,
Yeah.
for you are stepping in, and I feel like
Nice.
names are super important, and that you do have this big family on the other side. And that, Olivia, did you do a family tree, or did you do the genealogy or the ancestry?
We have one in my family tree. I don't have it. My sister has it, but I've been thinking of doing 23andMe or Ancestry.com to have my own.
I love it, because energetically you feel very connected to them. And is there a birthday coming up, please? Whether it's Sarge's coming up or is it yours, please? But I felt a birthday just right around noon. Like
My
within,
grandmother had a birthday on August 3rd, my maternal grandmother, and I've been thinking about her a lot. So it might be
might be.
her.
Is this a woman that lived with you, please, or you cared for?
She lived close by. I was named for her as well as my mother. So yeah.
And may I just talk about her for a moment? Because when you
Please,
you
please.
ask her to be there, it's like I just feel love, love, love. And I feel very optimistic with her. And I feel very, very bit larger than life with your grandmother. She feels to be a woman of worldly wisdom, is what I hear, right? That she would know, she was very particular, and that she would know, she was very particular about things, and she would know a little bit about everything. And she makes no bones about anything. I got to tell you.
Right.
I got to tell you. So it feels like maybe your grandmother is coming through to tell me that not only your loved ones are here, but your cousin is here as well. Of course, Sarge is here. Like, he made it. Like right now, all I'm getting is he made it. He made it. Like, he's here.
Good.
He's feeling blessed. And to let you know that it didn't hurt, or it wasn't a big deal. Like, the crossing over process, we wonder about that. I want to tell you, someone is doing something in your cousin's name. I just feel there's a
wonderful
honorary, either that celebration of life, but it feels like there's an honorary badge or an honorary banner, I'll just say, with Sarge's name on it too. And for you, Olivia, I don't know if the number 3 is important for you, or the number 33. I don't know why I'm getting 3s around you. Do you see 333?
My mother died at 33.
Oh, your
and
mother.
I have a Cherokee teacher, longtime spiritual teacher, by the way. And 3 is important in our sacred geometry.
Oh, I love it. So that was even more meaningful for you. And and just to tell you, I'll just leave you with this. When I feel your energy and sit with you today, and you talk to me about Ancestry.com and 23andMe, this energy connection is very strong with you in the spirit world. And that's why I just felt you have a big family, and you have a big family on the other side. And I love it. You have a spiritual teacher who's an Indian, Native American, that's just, loving that. But really, you have connected with them on your own is what I'm hearing. Like you connect with your loved ones on your own. You must feel them around, you know, your mom and your grandmother. And I just hear, Olivia, to celebrate life, right? We all need to know that for a message, right? Don't wait for tomorrow. Like, let's celebrate
Yeah.
now. Like, we never know. But I want to tell you, I do feel Sarge's life was complete. So
Oh, good.
peace. I know that it's unexpected for us, but I do believe at the time of their crossing or the time of their passing, that in some way, you know, that is a divine timing, right?
Right,
That is
right.
your soul's evolution. So I'm just going to tell you from the spirit world, they're saying, keep reading, because apparently you read a lot, or you read a lot about the spiritual world. And so apparently it's working is what I'm hearing. It's working.
Yeah.
It's working for you.
Thank you.
So much.
Yeah.
Very blessings to you, Olivia, for all the work.
Blessings.
I
Blessings.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Rita, can you help me, or Noelle, who can I go to next?
I think you can go to Kathy Mason. She wanted to hear from her friend April Fontana.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
There? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, you can see me, but I don't know how to get, you have to do the.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay, okay. So I didn't know who to pick. There's so many people in my life that are gone. So.
And so we're both wearing purple tonight. So apparently someone likes purple in spirit world. I just want to acknowledge that. So, who is your friend that you wanted to connect with now?
Her name is April Fontana.
Oh, that's a beautiful name. And is this like a best friend, please?
It was a dear friend, and it was very sudden. She was an amazing healer, physical.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's telling me I believed in the afterlife.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure. Yeah, she went to the 6th dimension to heal people. But so it was shocking that she got sick and died. And I always thought, I assume I'm living to 100. And since she was younger than me, I thought she'd be like my ace in the hole. And, and there she was.
and her name again, tell me again.
April Fontana.
Okay, so April Fontana. And I do believe, you say she's a healer, and that's lovely. I feel this woman being very busy and very much working, like she was a very hard worker. Is that right? I mean, yeah, doing her work very diligently is what I want to say, diligently and committed and devoted and healing everyone. And there's just not enough time in the day. I just want to tell you. And I just feel her busy, and that she also wrote books. Would you understand that? Or she would have written a lot, please. Do you know that if she taught, Kathy?
She tried to. I paid for a class that I never got. So yeah, no, she didn't teach.
Okay. I want to hear the words holy, holy, holy when I think of her. Just to tell you. She feels like that inspiration for you is what I'm hearing, right? And I feel like you hear her also. And so she is very tuned into you. I don't know why when I say that, I feel a piano around me. So just to tell you, I don't know, can you acknowledge that? Like, do you have a piano? Would April have a piano? Do you know anything around that? It's almost like fine tuning.
Well, it's angelic, or she was a fairy. She was from the fairy realm.
Okay.
So if that's piano, that's
perhaps fairy makes sense. Absolutely. Because I feel even the tuning forks, I mean, I really want to stay with this notes, like notes on a piano, notes on a tuning fork. I can understand that. And she was a really good healer. She said she could see through, I don't know if you understand that, she could see through bodies or something and see, she could see.
She healed someone in my bedroom right here. I watched her fix someone's hip and watch them walk wrong. And then she said, keep walking. And she went,
yeah.
And their hip was totally, she changed their leg in front of me.
Yeah, she would do healing instantly is what she's like.
Yeah, it was remarkable.
She does believe in God. Is that correct? Am I right there? Because once again, the holy, holy, holy. And look, this is a woman of pure service is what I'm hearing. You know, I want to say that Mother Teresa feeling or that Mother Mary feeling. I want to say a woman who humility, you know, humility with this woman. And I believe she also empowered people with her teaching and with her healing. And she talked to you a lot because she's telling me, I'm talking to you all the time.
Yes, that's why I wanted, I mean, a lot of them are, but that was the one who was like, what do you want? Because I truly, anytime I'm in the mountains, anytime I'm out in nature, she's there like flitting around. And I just don't know if there's something specific I'm supposed to know.
Good question. Let's
Yeah.
ask. I love your energy. I love it all. And I think purple must be one of her favorite colors, or because she's telling me it's a very good color for us and for everyone. It's a very, you know, it's a very spiritual, intuitive color. Maybe it's a color of healing. It's a color of intuition, certainly. But I want to tell you that, are you a healer as well, Kathy? Are you?
I do stuff. I'm a marketer, but I do stuff. I do
Okay.
alchemy.
Oh, I love it even better. So once again, she says she's teaching you, or she helped teach you, or, you know, something about you being a healer here, but also you're both going to be working together in spirit. And that's a long way away. It's not, but you will, like, she's there for you. She's going to be there, but the work is here. The work is now. And in some way, you know, she wants you to go into healing work or something. And then maybe she can help you or help that person still,
interesting.
because does that make sense? Like, she would still want to help people here, even though she's over there. It's like, now my work's really begun, that I can use these other amazing facets or tools. Do you have an Aunt Margaret around you, or do you know? And I feel like you got aunts, first off, not more than one aunt, but then I just felt the name Margaret. Margaret, Mary.
Edith, Josephine, who else?
I don't know. I just felt Aunt Margaret. I don't even
Harriet.
know why I said it. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry. Who's
Harriet. No,
but I feel lots of aunts around you. You have lots of people.
there's a lot of dead people around me. Yes.
They joke with you and they play with you and they
Yes.
they play with you. They turn the lights off and on. They're jokers. I don't know if they hide the car keys, or, you know, it's that type of
Just
feeling.
a couple of them do stuff like that. And it is funny, but it's not.
Well, you can tell them to cool their
Yeah.
engines, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I felt like there was also a problem with the garage door opener or something. I'm
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
They do that.
So you don't see it, my brother or any of that part of, I mean, both my parents are gone. I have an older brother that's gone. I have lots of aunts and uncles that
You
are
do.
gone. But
Well, you have a ton of people. And once again, for everyone, you know, just to look at your screen, I see them all over your left shoulder, but they may be all over I'm just looking at one part of the area. But if I can just tune in quickly to your brother, would he have passed from an illness, please?
yes.
And I feel like he's an angel, or you refer to him as an angel. I don't know, but I felt like he was like everything and more, you know, or everything you wanted him to be, is what I'm hearing. And that he, you know, he did kind of live up to his potential, is what I'm hearing. Does that make sense to you?
Sort of. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
yes. He was a favored son,
Okay.
the oldest son.
So he got a lot of what he asked for. He got
Yes.
what he wanted.
And he was a lawyer, believe it or not, and still was a nice guy.
Very rare indeed. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But I also felt something around his throat area. Could you understand that, please? Was there
No, that isn't what he died from.
that's fine. I could be blending with someone else in your family, or I could just be pulling back. So I'm just going to leave you with that and tell you, look, I know your loved ones are around and you have a big family, and we just brought through your friend for a moment. So it was just kind of a mini reading, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
Yeah.
it's so nice to connect with you. And she's serious about getting to work. And
Yeah, I've done a lot of healing, and I make healing jewelry, but it's more my hobby, more a hobby than.
just to tell you, it carries your energy healing in the jewelry you make. So please, thank you for doing what you do.
Yeah, it's alchemy. Yep.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your connection. And Noelle and Rita and Bob, just thank you so much for having me tonight.
It's really truly been our joy. Thank you so much and for staying the extra time with everyone. And I want to add Rita here. Thank you, Rita, for bringing through another beautiful guest. It's just been a wonderful evening. Thank
You're
you
so welcome.
much.
You're so welcome.
Oh.
Thank you.
If anybody wants to unmute and give some thanks here to Cheryl for all that we really worked you.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I feel so much better about my cousin Sarge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank
Hi,
you so
Kathy.
much.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Olivia.
And we will have this posted in the next, say, 48 hours or so. So thank you, everyone. It's been
Love and peace. to all.
revelatory evening. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.
for
blessings.
being with us.
And I do want to tell you that next week we will have, our guest will be Tom Palladino. Very interesting man. He has, using Tesla technology, he has the miracle of scalar light, a new era of remote healing, where he doesn't even have to see you, just needs your picture. He's giving away 15 free days of the scalar healing. All you have to do is send him an email. There's no obligation. And he is truly a Catholic man, very, very religious, devout. He has a very special presence about him. So not that Cheryl doesn't, she glows.
Thank you, but we understand.
So you're welcome back here next Thursday night for another wonderful evening. Thank you, Cheryl, for just a beautiful evening.
I'm so blessed.
Thank you for
Thank you.
bringing in Mom, Pop, Boomer, all the cats, the friends, the family. How
Thank
special
you.
it has been.
Thank you. And thank you, Rita. Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
Cheryl.
much.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye,
Thank you.
sisters. Nice
Be
to
well.
see you again.
Bye.